We've got a lot to do, and one of the things we're profiling to the federal government, to all the provinces and territories, is Ontario's leadership. A few days ago, Premier Ford, Premier Smith, and I worked together on a significant MOU of agreement that helps officially kickstart our plan to get a pipeline built, west to east, transmission grid built, and a new deep sea port to move our energy products and commodities to the world. This is a nation-building program. It's nation-building in action. It's about ensuring we all win. Ontario wins because the steel and thousands of jobs. I think of families in Sault Ste. Marie, in Chris's region, all the way down to the GTHA for Logan and I. But every Ontarian will benefit because tens of thousands of jobs will be created through the manufacturing expansion of both steel, of pipe, of lubricants, all the things needed to move commodities. And the other element we win by is we negotiate agreements to ensure Alberta's government vehicle fleet, that they purchase from Ontario-made vehicles. We, of course, continue to benefit from the transmission build-out because we've got the power we want to sell to our eastern and western provinces. So it's a win-win. Everyone wins. But perhaps more than all, putting aside our provincial caps, we're all Canadians, and Canada wins because we're finally unlocking our resources. We're finally getting into Tidewater, and we're demonstrating a mature, forward-looking plan to build a strong, affordable energy economy for our kids. Right now, all of our resources, our aviation fuels and our petroleum, like if you went to the gas station to fill up the tank this week, you're using petroleum oil that came from potentially one of these despotic regimes abroad. And often much of the oil that comes to Ontario sometimes is coming through a pipeline that goes through the US, all of our aviation fuels. And so my point to you, colleagues, is the US has a lot of control. They can shut down pipelines that bring Western crude and resources to Southern Ontario. At any time, they could shut it down. And that's not in our national security. It could really impact reliability of supply, and it would hurt us all if we didn't have the ability to fly a plane out of Pearson or drive to and from work or around our community. So it's a very serious threat. And I think it's very powerful that the province and Premier Ford and our government is leading by saying we want Canadian solutions to Canadian challenges. And no longer will we depend on President Trump or anyone else. We don't need to go through the US through a pipeline to get Western oil and gas to Ontario. We can build our own pipeline, made in Canada pipe, made in Canada steel, made with the hands of Canadian workers for the benefit of Canadian families. So this is our vision. And this is why we're bringing it forth. Yes, we do believe this pipeline will help reduce costs because instead of sending our raw bitumen, our raw resources to the US at a discount, by the way, 30% discount, then they process it. They get the value-added jobs and sell it back to us at a premium. When I say this to you, Shirley, or like any sensible human, I'd say that's a bad deal. Like, who thought that was a good idea? And yet here we are sending our resources at a discount to America. They then process it, create all the good jobs there, and then we sell it back, paying an additional, a significant increment. This is going to end. Our government is committed to seeing more processing done in Southern Ontario. As you know, in Sarnia, in Lambton, in Ontario, we do processing and refinery of fuels and gas. And so we want to expand that in the province. We want to create more value-added jobs here so that we can reduce bills further after we fought the federal carbon tax. We cut the provincial gas tax. All of this makes life affordable. All of this is part of our broad vision to keep energy rates low and to stand up for workers through this economic challenge. So part of this announcement is getting a study that's going to be commissioned. It starts literally immediately on the roads, potential options, technologies, costing. All of this is going to be done through a professional study that starts officially this week. And then, of course, once that's complete, we'll have more to talk about timelines, options, roads, community, and all that. But today, we're really signaling that we're launching this. We're moving forward on it. We're aggressive and committed to the cause. And we want to work with like-minded provinces. And I got to give credit. Premier of Manitoba, right? Different party. But he's saying, Premier Canoe, saying, yes, we should have a pipeline that displaces, that ends the importation of American oil, American natural gas. We've got the fourth largest supply of natural gas, of petroleum, top 10 of natural gas on Earth. We are literally an energy superpower. No country who has this bounty of resources buys someone else's at a premium, no less. So we are committed to this, and we're getting started right away on this comprehensive study so that, yes, we can report back to you, to the people of Ontario, the details and the implementation plan to get this right.